And good afternoon, everybody. Boy, I can't even start off this race without making a mistake. Anyway, welcome to the sixth race of the PORWC Reeses Rally Car Series. Certainly, it is getting close to crunch time. We have now entered into the second half of the regular season. Before the chase begins, the Tasty Top 10 will be locked in for 5 races, and we'll find out who's going to take the championship for the first season. Tasty Top 10 certainly has had a lot of faces in there, drivers moving in, drivers falling out, and it's really just suddenly come to a climax here around races 4, 5, and maybe here even into this 6th race of the season, where drivers, it's really surprising, that started off the season really well. You had Connor Breton and Nicole Sanchez getting wins early. They're now mired down around in the 20s, and they are outside of the Tasty Top 10 right now. They're having to bank on the wild card position to get them in, and it's really interesting the way that this whole season has really shaped out. But we still have 5 more races to go till the Tasty Top 10 is locked in. Then we got our 2 wildcard spots as well. Those, of course, are the 2 drivers that are running the highest in the standings outside of the top 10 that have either the most wins or have a win and are the farthest up. But basically, I think you already know how that whole thing goes down. So on the pole for this race is actually a newcomer into this. This is Tracy Moore, driving the number 98 now, because both Alan and Alex Tanker had been banned from the PORWC. So Tracy Moore is making her first PORWC Reeses Rally Car Series start from the very point of this event, out in front, position number 1. I apologize for the background noise. That is a train going by my house, and I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about that. But anyway, alongside of her is Ryan Juke, a guy who definitely needs a good run in the standings. He's running so far down. He really needs a good run here to get into the Tasty Top 10. It's still mathematically possible if he put together a string of good finishes. A win could certainly be a good step in that direction. Jack Richards, another driver in that same category. He's had bad luck hit him just about every single week. He's looking for a good run as he'll roll off from 3rd. And Jake Cole, who, if I remember correctly, is inside the Tasty Top 10 in the 21 car. He is going to start this race in 4th. You remember I said that both Alan and Alex Tanker had been banned from the PORWC, so the 30 car for the rest of the season is going to be piloted by Taylor Mitchell. She's rolling off about mid-pack, so let's show you the starting lineup for today's race. We're at Hutchingston Island, by the way, if you were wanting to know where we are. It's another road course that these drivers are going to have to take to here. For race number 6, here comes the starting lineup for today's race. Pace car will peel off, we'll go green flag racing, and we will have 15 laps before we find out who wins this race. We're going to be keeping our eyes on the... where is he? Well, the green flag is out. Here's the driver we'll be keeping an eye on during the course of the day. Number 34, our points leader, Justin Perry, seeing how he does here today in this event. But enough talk. The green flag is out. It's time for put up or shut up, and look at this, Ryan Juke. What a run he got on the high side right there, and he's going to take the lead just like that. Oh, into the wall he goes. So did Jake Cole, and that allows pole sitter, Tracy Moore. I was wanting to say Taylor Moore. I'm getting Taylor Mitchell and Tracy Moore mixed up and almost put them together. But Tracy Moore is going to take the lead. She's got a pretty sizable lead right at the moment. Second place now is going to be Hiroshi Kato. There's another driver that needs a good run. He, Ryan Juke, and Jack Richards. All good qualifying runs for those drivers. And they really need it to get back on track here so that way they can get back into contention to be one of those drivers in the Tasty Top 10. If they can't do that, then definitely a win could help them out, and 2 wins would definitely help them out as well. We're also going to be looking here, as we look now at 3rd place Ryan Juke. He was able to recover after hitting the wall there on the very first turn. He's in the 3rd position still. But we right now have 5 races into the season and 5 different winners. And at this moment, the first person who has been to victory lane would be right there, battling for 4th place. That's Alexander Dawson. Remember, he picked up the win last week when we were at Dover Jump. So Whoa! What in the world was going on there? I think he didn't want to wreck Justin Perry, but he just turned a flat right and almost drove himself into the wall as he loses a spot to Seth Cole. He'll now lose one to Jack Richards and one to Jake Cole. He's fallen through the field in a hurry now. There's Seth Cole. I believe he's now moved his way up into the 4th position. It's either 4th or 5th. Seth Cole doing very well right now in this event. He's been another driver that's hit a streak of hard luck, but look at Justin Perry. That's our points leader, and boy, he having a good run right now. Currently listed in the 4th position, and that's where he's running right now, behind Ryan Juke, Hiroshi Kato, and our leader, Tracy Moore. Oh, wait a minute, we got drivers on pit road already. And these are regularly scheduled stops. Evan Smith, Alyssa Anderson, Dylan Poteet, Taylor Mitchell, Ryan Cooper, Trent Dunham, Hayden Klein, Robert Young, Zohar Manud, James Stewart, Red Bell, Tim Walsh, Connor Breton, Sam Young, Lewis Gordon, Matthew McMurray, all on pit road. Everybody else deciding to stay out this lap, but all these guys, they're short pitting. Speaking of short, Tracy Moore's lead is starting to get rather short as Hiroshi Kato's about to run her down. Now, they have put those other cars that are on pit road a lap down. However, when these drivers have to make their pit stops, then that'll allow the other drivers to cycle around, and everybody will probably then be back on the lead lap. Well, Tracy Moore in her first start, she certainly looks like she's doing exactly what she set out to do. Stay out in front, and that number 98 car, that's fast today. As a matter of fact, her last lap was the fastest she's run today at 103.031. May not seem fast to people, but this is a road course, remember, which means there's a lot of brake that comes into play, and right there you see still Tracy Moore, Hiroshi Kato, Ryan Juke, everybody's deciding to still stay out for another lap. So that would mean that these other drivers that did pit before, I don't know if they'll have to pit again or not. But apparently the drivers are able to stretch on fuel further than those other ones did. But we'll see what's going to happen here. You know, there may be something they know about that we don't. It's been a little while since we've looked back here through the field. There's Hiroshi Kato still in 2nd. Ryan Juke is still 3rd. Justin Perry, our points leader, is 4th. Seth Cole 5th. Logan Ryan has now moved into 6th place in the 2 car. Jake Cole is in 7th. 8th is last week's winner Alexander Dawson. 9th is Justin Acosta. And Dylan Young, he's now moved into the top 10 in the number 39. Good run for him so far. Nicole Sanchez, she is currently, well, they have her listed 11th. I'm not exactly sure why. Oh yeah, she is 11th. I thought, okay, never mind. She is 11th. 12th is Barney Ward. 13th is Michael Dawson. 14th place is Cody Yamas, and Jack Richards is back in 15th. 16th place is Jacob Lawler. Aaron Williams runs in 17th. 18th is Jacob Bremier. 19th is Zach Buchanan. And Adam Chambers, who won 2 weeks ago, he is in 20th. And you got 21st place Alyssa Anderson. 22nd is Connor Breton. 23rd is Red Bell. 24th is Evan Smith. 25th is Tim Walsh. 26th, Trent Dunham. 27th, Dylan Poteet. Hayden Klein is 28th. 29th, Lewis Gordon. 30th place is Robert Young. Just 1 second before I go back from 30th. Just wanted to look at the back of Lewis Gordon's machine. Almost looks like he's got some rear end damage to that Subaru. Yeah, he does. There is rear end damage to Lewis Gordon. Don't know what went on there, but we'll try and catch up on that. Taylor Mitchell in her first start, she's back in 31st. 32nd is Ryan Cooper. 33rd is Matthew McMurray. 34th is where we find Sam Young. 35th is John Stewart. And in 36th is Zohar Manud. Now, I think that some drivers are a lap down. Yeah, from 20th place Adam Chambers. He is the last car on the lead lap. Alyssa Anderson in 21st is 1 lap down. So is the rest of the cars behind her. But that's only due to the fact that they made their pit stops back around lap 2. And the top 20 have not yet been to pit road. So we're expecting that things are going to cycle around here. And that those drivers that are 1 lap down will get back on the tail end of the lead lap. Well, while Tracy Moore is leading the way here on lap 6, we're getting close to the halfway point. Let's quickly look back, see what happened to Lewis Gordon, because he did sustain some rear-end damage to that race car, and we'd like to find out why. Well, this was before we even went under green. Something was going on with drivers not knowing where they were on the start of this race, and Red Bell, you see, run into the back of Lewis Gordon. I think Hayden Klein ran into the back of her, and they were just kind of jacked up there. I don't really know what the whole problem was there. Just drivers not knowing where they were starting. You can see them still backed up there from Trent Dunham, Dylan Poteet, and everything, and quite honestly, I don't know what the whole deal was there, what the problem was. This was before we even had gotten the green flag, and it was Red Bell running into the back of Lewis Gordon that had that rear-end damage to the back of the 90 car, but really I'm not exactly sure what happened there, either a communication problem or what, but it seemed like they all were confused as to where they were supposed to be for the start of this race, so don't really know what the whole problem was there, but nonetheless, we're going to go back and catch back up as as Tracy Moore, I'm never going to get it right. Tracy Moore is the leader, and she has led at the halfway point. On lap 9 of 15, she led at lap 7, and just about halfway between lap 7, that would be the halfway point for 15 laps, and she led that. As a matter of fact, she's led every lap so far. And there's really no change in the running order. This track, it's very windy. There's a lot of room to race, but really it's been very spread out as Tracy Moore continues to lead over Hiroshi Kato. Ryan Juke there into 3rd place. 4th place is Justin Perry, our points leader. Seth Cole 5th. Logan Ryan is 6th. 7th is Jake Cole now. Alexander Dawson is in 8th. 9th place is Justin Acosta, and Dylan Young continues to run in 10th. Let's look back here, try and find Aaron Williams. Where is he? There he is. He's in 18th place. Williams was the points leader 2 races ago, but then lost the points lead to Justin Perry, and since then Perry has not looked back. But Aaron Williams, he's still looking for his first win, is Aaron in the 40, and for that matter, so is Taylor Mitchell. Now Taylor Mitchell is, I believe, 2nd in the standings. Aaron Williams is 3rd behind Justin Perry. She's running top 5. I know that is Taylor Mitchell, but right now this is not a good thing for her. That car has not been to victory lane yet, and she is back in the 31st position, 1 lap down. So not exactly a good debut here in the Reese's Rally Car Series for Taylor Mitchell, but still, as we mentioned, they have not yet made pit stops, have the top 20 race cars. So as soon as they do that, things may cycle around. However, it's not looking like the 98 is backing down at all. Well, she was a mile an hour slower than her fastest lap this last time, so maybe the tire wear is playing out, but we're up to lap 10 of 15. When she hits the stripe, it'll be 5 laps to go, and it's making me wonder, is there a strategy of trying to stretch it all the way? I don't know if that would be a smart move, but you never know. Anyway, it looks like maybe, just maybe, Hiroshi Kato is starting to close in. Let's see what the advantage was last time. It was 0.7 of a second exactly. This time it's just about maybe a 1/100th of a second advantage that Tracy Moore got over Hiroshi Kato. So Kato is hanging close. Just about averaging about 0.7 of a second behind the 98 car, and Hiroshi, very good run here today, very impressive run for the number 3 car. And to my knowledge, this is the closest we've seen him to the front all season long, and so definitely this is a momentum boost here at Hutchingston for that number 3 team, that they are right now in the 2nd position. But I'm looking at his lap times as opposed to Tracy Moore's, and the last time by, Kato ran just about a little under a 102 mile an hour lap, but his lap was, it was 21 thousandths of a second faster. Boy, not that much of an advantage, but the thing that I don't understand is he ran a faster lap, but he lost 1/100th of a second. Anyways, this time, let's see if he gains anything. And this time, it was a 0.71. He lost more that time. In the last 2 laps, he's lost a full 1/10 of a second to Tracy Moore. So Tracy Moore is laying down some better laps. However, nowhere close to her best lap of 103.271, which was run back around lap, I think it was probably lap 3 or 4. She's now running around in the 101s. As a matter of fact, her last lap this time was slower, considerably slower, 0.3 of a second slower than her last lap. She was running, I think it was a 101.919 her last lap, or her next to last lap, and then her last lap was a 101.619, so she is considerably slower. However, so too was Hiroshi Kato's. His was only a 101.483, which is 0.2 of a second slower a lap than Tracy Moore's was, which accounts for why he lost so much ground there on that last lap. He's now 0.8 of a second back. Let's take a look now and see what the advantage is when they cross the stripe this time. This time, he closed it down. He's now only 68/100ths of a second behind the 98 car. So here in the closing stages, I guess he's either feeling the pressure or else something's going on with Tracy Moore's machine, because Hiroshi Kato did close down the gap that time. That's the closest in the last 4 laps he has been to the 98 at the stripe. So we may still have a battle for the lead before this thing is all over, as we have 3 laps remaining, and still these lead 20 have not yet come to pit road. So I'm either wondering if this was just strategy that was being played out by the rest of the field and it's just not going to work out, or were there tire problems, or was there damage from that earlier incident that we saw before the green flag came out that they had to get fixed to be aerodynamically sound. I don't really know what the whole case was, but right now, if all remains as it is, we're going to have only 20 of these 36 cars finish on the lead lap, which really puts the other drivers that are 21st and lower in jeopardy, because now they don't have a chance of getting back on the lead lap, let alone picking up positions. And speaking of picking up, Tracy Moore, she picked up the speed there on that last lap. She's now put it back to 0.8 of a second, her advantage over Hiroshi Kato. So Hiroshi Kato, it's almost like an accordion effect. He gains a little one lap, and then he loses a lot the next lap. And I'll tell you what, when you gain a little and lose a lot, you're not going to run down the leader. You're going to end up shooting yourself in the foot rather than helping your cause of winning this race. And this race, by the way, is only 2 laps away from finishing up, and Tracy Moore trying to win it all. She would lead all laps today if she can milk it around for only about maybe 1.5 more laps now. Also, she would end up winning her first PORWC Reeses Rally Car Series race in her first start. All started with her getting by Ryan Juke for the lead off the first turn, and she has not looked back. She has been very, very conservative, I would have to say. This race has not really pushed the issue, as now she comes down and the white flag will be displayed for Tracy Moore. So just a few more corners and she will pick up her first win of the season in her first start. If that's the case, it would be the 6th first-time winner in 6 races. And we'll look at the top 10 as they are on the final lap. Hiroshi Kato still in 2nd. Ryan Juke, he is continuing to run there in 3rd. 4th is Justin Perry. He'll leave with another top 5 finish today if all goes as it is. Seth Cole would be 5th. 6th, Logan Ryan. 7th, Jake Cole. Alexander Dawson, after picking up his first win last week, would get another top 10 in 8th. 9th, Justin Acosta. And Dylan Young would finish the day off in the 10th position. Tracy Moore, what a day for the 98 car. After taking over that ride for the banned Alan Tanker, Tracy Moore is going to take the last few turns here and come off the final corner now, and she's going to come down, and Tracy Moore in her first start is going to pick up the win here at Hutchingston Island. She wins race number 6 of the Reeses Rally Car Series. Unbelievable. Not exactly the most exciting race we've ever had, but certainly it brings about a surprise winner and a rather bizarre finish, with the fact that only 20 race cars finish on the lead lap. And yeah, I'd say it was rather bizarre. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd rate this maybe a 5, but not a whole lot of excitement here. maybe we'll get some more in our next race, round number 7, which is at a place that I have not yet determined, but nonetheless, Tracy Moore helping the cause of the 98 team as she picks up her first career win, her first career start here in the Reeses Rally Car Series, and that'll help her certainly in the standings, and that'll move her up close to the Tasty Top 10, if not into the Tasty Top 10, and I'll tell you what, in the Tasty Top 10, Justin Perry's going to have a nice little sizable lead right now because he ended up finishing in the 4th position. You had the 30 of Taylor Mitchell finish in 31st, and Aaron Williams finish in 20th, so that 4th place finish is certainly going to help Justin Perry keep the points lead heading into next week's race. But the winner's circle is going to have the number 98 in it as Tracy Moore wins the race. Congrats to her. Thanks for watching. Here comes the finishing order and the standings, including the Tasty Top 10. See who moved in, who fell out, and what it's going to look like heading into next week's race. You've been watching the PORWC Reeses Rally Car Series on the NHRA Sports Channel.